Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Meb Pod. Matthew here, your host. This is episode 3. Happy to be back. I just got back from home from seeing my family and meeting my brand new nephew Austin. Had a great time, so wanted to get this started back up a little earlier, but it will be posted tomorrow, Tuesday, October 20. I don't even know what day tomorrow is. The 29th, I believe. This is episode 3. Again, it's going to be another solo episode. Eventually, like I said, if I have any listeners that want to get involved, I'm not really sure how to do it through the internet. So if I could do it through Zoom or how that works, but moving forward with that, I want to kind of eventually get guests on. They don't have to be in Miami, where I'm located, alongside me. If they are, I'm happy to do a in-person interview or episode as well. That would be fun. Just having a little back and forth would be a little easier on me and the guest as well. It would definitely reach a different audience having some back and forth as opposed to just listening to me all night. So with that being said, I'm moving forward to, we've got a nice little episode today. Got the hole-in-one, the double bogey. We got a little bit about my trip back home this past week. We've got some World Series baseball. We've got our parlay of the week, of course. We've got a little chatter about some NFL. What else are we talking about? A little bit of video game reviews, which is new to the segment. I've got a new little toy I'm playing with here at the apartment, so might touch on that a little bit. And did I see anything new? No movies? No nothing? No, I don't think so. So we'll just kind of get on with it and kind of see where it goes and go from there. So today, my hole-in-one for this, or hole-in-one and double bogey. I'll start with the double bogey. Double bogey. Like I said, it's been a pretty good week overall. I did lose my two things actually. My remote for the little tripod. So now I'm having to manually go in and turn the phone on and off as opposed to having the little clicker thing for me. It's not the end of the world, obviously. It's, things can get better. And then I also am 99% sure that I had packed my Bluetooth speaker to go back home for my golf trips back. So while I was playing golf, I could listen to music. I put it on my checked-in luggage in my golf bag, and it is missing now. So I don't know if the airline had taken it because there was a battery in the speaker or what it might be, but it's definitely not around here. I can't find it, and I'm looking to email the lost and found over at the airport. Hopefully they have it and can either send it to me or I'll go pick it up, or it doesn't matter, but it's a little frustrating because I get it, safety, batteries can catch fire or whatever it might be, but at the end of the, they asked me if I had any batteries, and maybe it just crossed my mind that I didn't think it had a battery in it. Wasn't thinking, but the fact that they just take it and not let you know, hey, we're leaving this here in Miami because you can't have a battery, that would have been, just let me know would be great. It's a little frustrating to get back home and not have my speaker with me. Whatever, I use my phone anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Hopefully I'm able to get that returned back to me by the end of the week. Not that I need it today or tomorrow, but that is one thing that I wish maybe the airport would have done. Again, I can't blame the airline or anything because I am at fault, but just maybe a little better handling of the situation on their end maybe would be great. Then again, I don't know, I could be wrong. It could be underneath my couch or something. I just didn't see it. I hope that I'm not wrong because I already sent the email out. So, but the hole-in-one of the week, I was able to go home, see the family, meet the baby, Austin. He's such an adorable little guy. It was kind of comical to see Riley meet baby Austin. She was a little terrified of him. Riley's 80-pound Labrador, and Austin's a 6.5 pound baby, which, you know, can't even keep his head up right now because he's only about a month old. So it was, you know, it was nice to see them, and it was nice to, you know, be able to catch up with some people back home, play some golf, and, you know, but, you know, I'm back now. I'm happy to be back here in Miami, and, you know, it's nice to be home, but, you know, and off of work for a couple of days. But with me, I can only do it for a couple of days. Even vacations are nice, but it's always a nice thing to get back to your place in your own bed. And, you know, so those are kind of others with that. That's kind of my, you know, little take on my hole-in-one and my double bogey this week. I did. So to move forward with that, I will talk a little bit about my golf trip, my golf in 50 golf tour of the United States of America. I have obviously in past episodes mentioned that I had checked off Florida, Nevada, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. I was lucky enough to go back home this past week to Missouri and knock off a course there. I did play twice in Missouri. I played Wednesday when I landed on Tuesday, and then I woke up early on Wednesday and played over at Peebly Farms out in Eureka, Missouri. A nice little tough track out in the Eureka, Missouri, which is you know, pretty farmy area. It was Peebly Farms once was a thriving dairy farm. It has been transformed into a world-class golf experience by one of the greatest names in golf course architecture history, Arthur Hills. He has delicately sculpted an 18 championship golf course in the natural beauty of the Merrimack River Valley. It's kind of one of those, if for any golf professional expert, you know, you don't have to be a professional play. It's a nice little fun course. It is very beautiful. Multi-million-dollar homes along the course, pretty hilly, up and down. Greens were quick. Could not hit a putt for the life of me. I didn't play very well, which, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not here to score 80, you know, or even in the 90s for that matter. I didn't play very well. I was able to get out there with a buddy, and you know, I got my logo ball and my hat, you know, so I got some memories to bring back home from the trip. But overall, it was a great track. The weather was beautiful, about 70 degrees, 72 degrees once I got out there. There is some a few pictures and photos and videos from my trip to Peebly over on my Instagram page at MEB Golf. If you'd like to take a few looks, the foliage of the leaves were kind of starting to fall, which was really nice. So it's something that I know us Florida people are not used to. I lived there 30 years of my life, so I mean, I know kind of what it looks like, and I've been there, done that. But if anyone that has not seen that, I got a few pictures of the foliage, lots of greens, spaces, pretty open though, which was nice. Although I did lose a million balls because the rough was very thick. I, you know, would get up to the spot where I thought I hit my ball, and it was lost because I just didn't want to spend 10 minutes looking for a ball. That's the only frustrating thing about golf, you know, especially on courses that you're not used to playing, because you're not sure where, you know, the bounces or whatever it might be. But it was an overall a pretty good track. If you want to check out some pictures on the Instagram, go for it. Shoot some likes and comments and see what you think, or if you've played it, let me know. It is a must-see though while you get to St. Louis, if you want to play around a nice little round. It's not too expensive. This time of year, beautiful foliage of the trees, leaves falling, greens are, like I said, quick. Fairways are nice. Bunkers were really nice. Not that I would recommend hitting in any of them, but then overall, you know, I'll give the course a 7 out of 10, just because I got to give my home state a pretty high score. I also, the following day on Wednesday, I woke up a little, you know, I slept in a little bit. Was not sure if I wanted to play golf just because I didn't really have anyone to go with at the time, but woke up and, you know, immediately thought, well, I want to go play golf. So I went and played over at Bear Creek Golf Course out in Wentzville, Missouri. I have played there, I don't know, countless times. Just never had this idea of doing a little vlog and posting everything on Instagram, kind of putting it on here. But this is for my golfer fans, this little segment here. So if you're ever in the St. Louis area, I would recommend checking out Bear Creek. I know it's not from the last time I played, it was in pretty good shape this past week. Bear Creek was designed by noted architect Gary Kern and opened up in 1998 with the direction of the owners. Gary Kern designed the unique championship style course to include 46 green and fairway bunkers, beautiful lakes, and several large creeks that run through the course. It included preservation from most of the trees and natural habitat, allowing each hole to have its own unique features, challenges, and beauty. That was a beautiful course. They did a really good job keeping up with it over the years since I played it last. They've added a few things. They added this big bear on one of the holes. I got my golf ball logo ball, so that was nice. The hat's probably my favorite hat of the collection so far. Probably should have worn it on the podcast today. That would have been kind of neat to show everyone. Maybe next Tuesday I'll show it. I'll bring it on there. Again, there are a few little pictures of the course and videos of me shooting some balls of videos and pictures on my MEB Golf Instagram page. So if you'd like to go ahead and take a look, that would be great. I also met some fellow golfers out there, and they're pretty excited to hear about my golf tour. So it kind of gives me some motivation to kind of keep doing this, because I'm not a professional at this, but just continue moving on with my podcast and my golf journey to hold myself accountable for all this kind of stuff. It's been a neat little journey. So again, if you want to check out some pictures and videos of Bear Creek in Wentzville, Missouri, that would be if you want to take a few looks, that would be great. So following up into that, so I've knocked out my 5th state now, since that was Missouri. So I've got 45 more to go. I did on Friday. I woke up at about 6 a.m., got cleaned up and left. The buddy of mine that played over on Wednesday at Peebly Farms, and two of my 3 brothers headed out to Gateway National over in Madison, Illinois. It is one of the top courses in the St. Louis area. Now it is on the Illinois side, so it is that will count for my 6th state, Illinois. So now I've got 44 more left. Now Gateway National is a beautiful track that kind of overlooks the downtown St. Louis area. It was a little wet. It did rain that morning, so it was a little tough to kind of get up and down from the green fairway, the greens, roughs, and the bunkers, because it was a little wet. But overall, again, a fun track. It was a fearsome 7,100 yards and par 71 from the championship tees. Of course, I didn't play from the championship tees, but the course has 4 sets of more manageable tees, which I played from the whites. An enjoyment to those not quite up to the challenge of the PGA Tour caliber layout. The very large greens, once reached an ample opportunity for birdies with some smooth rolling surfaces. But at the end of the day, it was tough to, again, putt. I didn't play again very well. I did have some pretty good drives towards the towards the middle. I think I parred 9, which was great for me. I'm always happy to get a par, and bogeys. I played double bogey golf, which is unfortunate, but I keep getting better, and it's all that matters. Keep moving forward as long as I was better than I was the day before. So again, took a few pictures of my brothers and I out there on the course on Gateway National. So if you'd like to take some pictures, take a look at some of the pictures and videos, that would be great. It was a little gloomy day, so not too much sun, but had a great time overall. Again, it was nice to play with my brothers and see them. So So that kind of wraps it up with my golf journey. Hopefully in March I'll be able to get out somewhere else. I'm probably going to be stuck in Florida for the next 4-5 months, maybe 4, hopefully only 4, but we'll see, so hopefully I'll make it out to maybe California or Washington in the summer, but maybe North Carolina in March. So to move on from the golf segment, we're gonna go, what do we want to do? We're gonna go into the parlays. Let's go into the parlays. So again, parlay of the week. I'm gonna announce parlay of the week, and again, I guess I have no listeners because no one shouted out me, direct messaged me with a parlay for them. So no merch given out this week because no one direct messaged me. Eventually, one of these days, hopefully I'll get one direct message and we can at least try for the merchandise. So with that being said, all you got to do is send me a 5-game parlay for the following football week. And I will use it on the podcast. I will give you a shout out. Now, if that parlay hits, I will give you either a hat or a shirt of your choice with the Meb Pod logo. So a little merchandise, a little bonus. It is free, so you don't have to do anything. You don't have to spend any money. You just gotta let me know what your parlay is, and I will announce it on the podcast. And then if your parlay hits, you get a free hat or a free shirt, and you get the invite back to the next podcast for your another chance to win another hat or shirt, or hopefully in the future episodes we will have more merchandise. So since no one announced or no one direct messaged me, I'm going to go with my parlay again. Unfortunately, last week my parlay did not hit, so that is a no-go on that one. So again, I'm continuing with another 5-game parlay for the following week of football. I have a few gimmies, and then I have a tough one, but we'll see. So I'm going to do Baltimore over Denver. I'm going to do Cleveland over Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to do Washington over the Giants. I'm going to do Minnesota over Indy. And toss up here, and this is going to be a tough one, is going to be the Miami Dolphins over the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Lamar over the Broncos. I think after losing this week to the Browns, I think he's just going to tear up Denver. Then we've got Cleveland over the Chargers, which I think Cleveland coming off that big win against Baltimore is going to be a fun one to watch. I think if Jameis Winston can, do what he did last week, and that defense can somehow put up a goose egg on the Chargers, that would, obviously not a goose egg, but hopefully they can stop Herbert. Chargers, Commanders over Giants. Giants are just trash. Commanders, I know, had a tough week against the Bears, but they did pull through with that Hail Mary from 70 yards out or whatever that was. That was an absolutely electric finish. Can't get any better than that, or any closer for that matter. That was one hell of a game, and I'm excited to see Daniels and Caleb Williams' first match. Can't get much better than that. So, but I do have Washington over the Giants, because Giants are just, like I said, trash. I don't think they're going to be doing much. Minnesota, I'm going to take them over Indianapolis. Anthony Richards kind of questionable. We might have Flacco, which might be a little troublesome for the Vikings, but Vikings, I think, are just going to pull through with another win. And then the last one, again, was the Dolphins over Buffalo at Buffalo. The reason being that I like to throw on a game that they're not favorites. So I've got 2 of them on there. I think the Browns aren't favored either. But I don't think the Dolphins are really going to win. But, obviously it raises the winnings if it does hit. Tua's back. He played great last week. If he can just stay healthy, if they can utilize, if they can protect him a little bit, and use that speed that they have on the offensive side of the ball, I really do think they can pull it through. I know the Bills are a great team. Josh Allen, is a great quarterback and a great leader. But I think future for Miami is going to be good for the rest of the year. No, I don't think they're going to end up doing much in the postseason, but if Tua can stay healthy, they have a chance to kind of do something with this year. Without Tua, they are about as trash as the Giants, and I don't want to offend any of you Dolphins fans that are out there possibly listening, but they are. I mean, you got to be honest with yourself. They're just Mike McDaniel is, a great coach in a certain system with Tua, but he just can't do much with other guys. They're just not the same. When you practice all year round with a one quarterback, and it's hard to come back from that. But so that's going to be my parlay of the week. Again, not that anyone's listening, but shoot me a parlay, a direct message. It's for free if you'd like a chance for some merch. So moving on from that, we're going to move on to the World Series, the baseball game. I actually got the game on in the background right now. They're announcing the Dodgers lineup. Dodgers are up 2-0 on the Yankees, but they're back in the Bronx. The Bombers are going to become out. In fact, the Yankees fans are going to become out fired up. I think Judge and the boys are going to, wake up and start hitting some. So I think I'm going to take Yankees with Game 3. Series going 2-1 Dodgers. It has been a great series so far, starting with Game 1 with Freddie Freeman hitting that walk-off grand slam. That was an absolute another, I keep using the word electric for these games, but I mean, first game of the World Series, Freddie Freeman goes deep in extra innings in the first ever walk-off grand slam in World Series history, which is one of the coolest things. I didn't realize that, but it's go down in history as the first time to ever happen. Now, it couldn't have happened to a better person. Freddie Freeman's a standout guy, definitely a locker room. He's got one of the best bats in the league. He's an MVP, candidate, or, he's been an MVP, and it's like one of the coolest things to see something happen to such a great guy. It's good for anyone to do, but especially him, because, what he's been through for the past year with his child getting sick. And to see all of Los Angeles Dodgers organization stand behind him and get him through whatever he was going through. I forget the name of the disease or whatever his son had, but I think I remember he had to learn how to walk again, and it was a really tough time for him, and to play a game like baseball, to keep his mind straightened out, to be able to actually play to the level he has been is just incredible, and it's cool to see such a standout guy achieve so much, and I kind of am leaning towards the Dodgers, wanting the Dodgers to win the World Series now for him. Tommy Edman hit another home run, so tough loss for the Cardinals, losing him. But hopefully maybe we can probably scrounge him up back. I don't know, we'll see. But 2-0 the Dodgers over Yankees in this series. My prediction for the Yankees in 6 is looking pretty tough. They have to win 4 straight. It is possible. Now, we have seen some crazier things happen in baseball, obviously, like the 2004 ALCS, which included these New York Yankees as well. They were up 3-0 against the Boston Red Sox, and, well, we all know what happened from there. My boy Kevin Millar took a walk from Mariano Rivera, and old Red Sox cowboyed up and ended up taking 4 straight against the Bronx Bombers. And then, well, they ended up going to the World Series and winning another 4 against my Cardinals, which, was kind of, honestly, to break the curse of the Bambino, the Billy, and that was kind of neat to see him win, as much as it was depressing to see the Cardinals lose. It was an interesting story. If you haven't seen the E60 or the 4 Days in October on Netflix, or not Netflix, but the little, maybe it is Netflix. I highly recommend it if you're a baseball fan. Very heartwarming and entertaining, and those guys had all, we're all in it together, and it was really cool to see. World Series. So yeah, I just think it's gonna be a fun ending to the series here. We'll see what happens tonight, and we'll go from there. Now that we'll move on a little bit from baseball, we've got the parlay done. We've talked a little bit of golf. I did watch, actually, now I'm thinking about it, we'll talk a little golf. I did watch the boys on the Foreplay Pod play their first golf trip. It was like through the Midwest. I think they started in Iowa and then went to Nebraska and then headed up to South Dakota and then finished in North Dakota. And they were on the road for, I don't know, like 3 weeks. And rented it and got an RV. Guy drove from all these cities, picked up Jersey Jerry in Chicago, and headed over to Iowa to play their first round. I watched the full series, and I thought that was one of the most entertaining. What is that? Every episode was about an hour 20, so what's that? About 6 hours of not 6, 5.5 hours of entertainment. They did a little scramble between, who was it? It was Trent, Jersey Jerry. It was Trent and Jersey Jerry, and then you had Trent and Francis against Jersey Jerry and Frankie Borelli, and boy, was that entertaining. The guys were just, it was Frankie and Jersey Jerry playing together against Trenton and Francis, and it was a fun little thing. They went to some beautiful courses. And it really showed some appreciation to these courses, which I kind of like to. It's kind of what I kind of want to do eventually with this podcast, or with the vlog, is kind of get out to these courses and really kind of appreciate what these designers of the course, the architects, and play at the most beautiful courses in the world. So for whatever reason, if there's any golf courses out there that want to throw their course at me, or any golfers out there that have any ideas of courses that would like to recommend to me that I can maybe go and see or play and really just like take it in. And so that's kind of why I'm doing the whole Golf in 50 tour of the United States, to see all these beautiful places. Like I said, South Dakota, these guys went to the Midwest, so like some of the courses are not the most well known, but just looking at these guys play, it was like a dream of mine, getting together with 3 different guys, hop on an RV and drive through the United States. That was that's probably one of the coolest things to ever do. It's not your Pinehurst or your Pebble Beach or your Bandon Dunes or Whistling Straits or anything like that. I think the one in South Dakota was a private course. That one's probably not possible unless, of course, they want to reach out to me. I want to say it was called Sutton Hills in South Dakota, but an absolute beauty of a track. They had to redesign it because the Missouri River had flooded it a couple of years back, and but yeah, it was beautiful. So for all you listeners out there, I do recommend going on to the Foreplay podcast and listening to those guys if you're a golfer or just an admirer of the beauty of these golf courses. Watch the videos on YouTube, man. They go in some of the coolest places, golf courses, and play, and they have a lot of interesting takes on the game, and they have a little fun with it too. Not gonna lie, they do enjoy having a good time, we'll say the least. But so yeah, that's kind of one more thing about golf I do wanted to say, but with this podcast, I'm trying to reach out to other golfers throughout the United States. So when I do go play at other states, they can reach out to me and say, hey, I want to get you out on this course, so you can market our brand or our course or our resort or whatever it might be to the fellow listeners. So it'd be kind of a cool little way of kind of getting to know people, and it's definitely a great opportunity for me to see the whole United States. Now, I've seen it, a lot of it at least. I've been a lot of places, but never tried the whole golf tour yet. So I'm excited that I've got 44 more courses to play. So that'll be, that's my kind of golf take. We do have, looks like Derek Jeter throwing out the first pitch of this, the captain. That's nice to see. But so with that, that's kind of my golf take. I'm going to move a little forward here and do my, so I got a new little toy here. Another way of kind of reaching out and trying to get some listeners and followers. And yes, it's not going to be, like I said, this is going to be a focus on sports and golf and whatever it might be in my golf sport. But I do also want to kind of reach out to other types of people. I did get a new little toy with my PlayStation. Now, I am not a big gamer like I was when I was 14, 15 years old, but I'm trying to get back into it, and I bought the new Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Always used to enjoy those games back when I was younger, playing the zombies and getting together with friends and hooking up TVs. Now Halo 2 was probably that was kind of my prime gaming years when we'd link up all the Xboxes and get the TVs together and play System Link and of course drink the Mountain Dews and eat the bagel bites and do all that kind of fun teenager stuff. I want to kind of get back into that world a little bit. I do see a bunch of people scrolling through TikTok and Instagram playing video games and streaming them through TikTok or Instagram, or they get them on Twitch or YouTube or all these different streaming sites or whatever, streaming apps. And so I started to do that, which is kind of interesting. So if anyone has any ideas on how that exactly works, I know if you do follow my Instagram page, I posted all night last night trying to get people to hop in on my Call of Duty Black Ops 6 live. I was playing the campaign and a little multiplayer, and then I did hop in on the PGA. I wanted to play a little Pinehurst for my golfing followers that probably, again, no one ever tunes in. I had one person, I think, tune into the whole thing. And if you do tune in, it's kind of weird because it doesn't tell you who's watching you, because it'll pop up on your TV saying one's watching or something. And then there's a chat box that I need people to get on there and like those videos, comment in the videos, share the videos, do all that kind of stuff so people can end up, the more you share it, the more people will follow. Now, again, when I see people share things, do I follow everything? No, but it's always a good chance there's always a chance for more people to follow if you do share. So like and comment and share my my YouTube gaming lives when I do go on, which later tonight, or today, tomorrow's Tuesday, so I'll be posting this on Tuesday, but tonight and tomorrow I will be getting on live probably to play some Call of Duty multiplayer. So tune in, comment on the page, and give me some little motivation to continue to keep doing this, and and share it, so you can share it to all your friends, and then they can tune in and like and comment and share and do all that kind of stuff too. So it was I don't know why, I just kind of got the idea from all these gamers on YouTube and Instagram playing it. You have to figure out how to do it a live look in on the Instagram in game, but I figured out YouTube, which is at least a start. It is wild how I feel like gaming's evolved, and we used to have to link up two Xboxes to play System Link. We linked the two systems to play each other from the TVs were, one was facing this way, one was facing that way, the opposite way, so you couldn't screen watch. And now you just hop on your wireless internet and connect to other gamers from all over the world. It's crazy how technology has come, and then you can stream them online, and some of these kids are making bank off of all the playing video games, which is pretty wild. My brother was telling me earlier this week when I was at home that some of the high schools have, you have soccer teams, football teams, basketball, hockey, whatever, all these different sports. Some of the high schools now have esports, so electronic gaming teams. So he was telling me that his old alma mater is like 10-time national champion in electronic sports, which I don't know how much I like that, but it's a way to make money, I'm sure, for the school, and get the kids more involved with socializing, and but I figured, why not get on there and, while I'm playing video games, just stream them, and if people like them and can share them, that would be great, so I do want to give that's kind of add another little segment to the podcast and talk a little bit about gaming and what's coming out in the gaming world. So it's another way of kind of network myself through. Now I probably will be playing some sports games as well on there. Like I got on the PGA Tour 2K23 the other day. I got some Call of Duty. Eventually, possibly, I might even hop on some Mario Party Jamboree. I don't even know. It might be already out, but I want to see if I can hop on that and do that on. I love some Mario Party and Mario Kart and those kind of games too. Those are always fun. But for now, I'm sticking with the PlayStation 5 and linking that up to the YouTube. So tune in and watch and like, comment, subscribe, share it to all your friends so they can just tune in and like, comment, and subscribe. So with that being said, I'm going to move on to some podcast information. I've got, like I said, I've listened to podcasts for the last couple of years and fallen in love with a bunch of them. Foreplay guys are probably my favorite right now. So if they ever someone can get this out to those guys and let me just play around and golf with Trent and Riggs and actually, and Francis. I know Francis is on the son of a boy dad, but man, those guys are so much fun. Frankie, man, that's like a dream of mine to play around with those guys. But another social media craze or podcast, we had Joe Rogan on, or we had Donald Trump on Joe Rogan. It was about, I want to say like 2+ hours, which is a nice long episode of Rogan. But from the clips that I've seen and the little short reels, it's definitely one that I'm gonna have to tune into this week and give you a full laydown or full point of view of what I think about the interview. I love anything when these guys enter. Joe Rogan's one of the probably top podcasters in the world, but to have a guy like Donald Trump is pretty legit. It was a really funny episode from what it looks like, so I'm gonna have to tune in. Next week I'll give you a little update on what I thought about it. Also, I can't believe I'm saying this, but tonight we have on Jimmy Fallon. Now, this episode is coming out tomorrow, but I hope the people that are listening did get to catch the episode. If not, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube, the interviews. But my boys are going to be on Jimmy Fallon tonight. You've got the Rizzler and the Costco guys, Big Justice and AJ. Now, if you don't know about these guys, I know I mentioned them the last episode or 2 episodes ago on this podcast. I don't know why, but they are my favorite. And they are going to be on Jimmy Fallon tonight. I don't know. I'm sure Fallon will have a nice, fun time with them. All these guys in the NFL now are dropping the boom after they score. I believe I saw the Jacksonville Jaguar doing the boom after the Jaguar scored. The Rizzler just risen people up, top graded Riz. Honestly, about a year ago, I had no idea what any of this stuff meant. It is interesting to learn the stuff that these kids are saying nowadays. But the Rizzlers, up there, he kind of joined the Costco guys in the Costco universe. Costco, I'm sure, is loving this because they're just getting free marketing from these kids or these three guys, and the sister and the mom are involved now, and how well these people are doing. That the fact that like I said last episode, they joined the Knicks in a celebrity basketball game. But they're probably at the Yankees-Dodgers game right now. That's probably Well, no, they're going to the Jimmy. They're working on. They'll probably go tomorrow or something. Unless they tape that early, I don't know how that works. But so they're on Fallon tonight, which I'm very looking forward to hearing what those guys have to say on Fallon. Who is this thing? We got tune in to the Costco guys and the Rizzler on Jimmy Fallon tonight. Now, again, I want to give the Makeshift guys another shout out for keeping me kind of motivated to do this podcast. Those guys up in Hoboken were one of the first podcasts that I started listening to, and I've continued to follow them. They're making a lot of shorts and reels, and that I just kind of can't stop watching. It's been a journey, doing this thing. It's been only 3 weeks of doing the podcast, and probably about a month of trying to figure out what the golf journey and my golf tour of the United States. But it's been fun. I'm gonna, like I said, hopefully continue to do this to continue to learn, and it's going to continue to get better, because the more I do this, the more easier it is to get out of my comfort zone and socializing with people. I'm a very antisocial human being. I don't really care to be around too many people. Every now and then I'll I work in the hospitality industry, so I kind of have to be social to an extent, but I do prefer my alone time. It is nice to live alone, but then again, sometimes it does get kind of lonely, but that's not the point. But this is definitely helping, kind of expressing what I want for the future, my future. Now, I don't care for all the money and the cars and the clothes and the materialistic things. Just peace of mind is really all I want, and it's the greatest gift I can give or I can get. And if I can figure out how to get that and learn and try to help others to get that as well, that would be ideal. Now, this podcast is a way to kind of express hopes and dreams and aspirations, and I need others to kind of reach out and give me their hopes and dreams, and so they can kind of motivate me to motivate them. Now that like I said, there's no listeners anyway, so it's kind of me just sitting in my apartment talking to myself, which is fine. But this is going to be a shorter episode today, so with that being said, I might I'm going to touch up on a little bit of college football too. I forgot to mention that. We did have some wild games in the NCAA. We had Missouri got trounced by Alabama. I think it was 34-0, and it was a tough one to watch. I hope that they can come back next week and at least try to make it a game. We did have Notre Dame though, Fighting Irish, win 51-14 against the Naval Academy up in MetLife. So that was fun to watch. At least I was on the plane when I was watching, so I got to catch most of that. And you had we did have some shakeups in the rankings. Oregon still stuck at 1, Georgia's at 2, Penn State 3, Ohio State 4, and Miami moved up to the top 5. Miami played Florida State, so they looked a little rough at the beginning, if I remember correctly, and but they did finish it off. Cam Ward's still probably top runner in the Heisman, but I think a close second that would be that kid from Boise State, that running back that puts up like 150, 200 yards every game, which he's fun to watch. Then you got Texas, Tennessee, and then Notre Dame at 8. BYU at 9, A&M at 10. I think A&M, they just beat, LSU. That's interesting because I think A&M's probably a top 5 team now. I mean, I know their only losses to Notre Dame at the beginning of the season, first game of the year, but I think they're a completely different team now, and I think if they keep winning, I mean, they'll definitely be a playoff team. Missouri did stay in the top 25, which they dropped 4 spots, but after that loss, I don't think, and as long as Brady Cook can stay healthy, I think they are a top 25 team. Now with this kid from transfer from Notre Dame, I don't think they are a top 25 team. They look terrible. They didn't put up a point against Alabama. It's kind of sad to see. They do got a tough Oklahoma next week at home, which will be a tough game. Hopefully Cook can get healthy. I know he broke his hand or something on someone's helmet last game. He had issues with his foot. So hopefully Missouri can at least get healthy and pull off something next week to at least be competitive. So, that's a little college football take. We did have a little bit of NBA started, so that's nice, finally. I think since the last episode, the Heat played against the Hornets. They beat Hornets 114-106. You did have Heat are actually on right now. They're playing the Pistons at home. I thought about actually going to the game, but I remembered I have to do this episode, so I skipped out on that. I had to have a little a little dedication to this thing, and as much as I didn't want to do this because I don't like, again, filming in my apartment by myself talking into a microphone, I skipped out on that and figured I'd watch the World Series and get some dinner and do this and then play some games later. We do have Monday Night Football on tonight. We have the Steelers versus the Giants. Excuse me. Sorry. Steelers just came off. Russell Wilson's back. He just came off a huge game, leading the Steelers to a victory. They should win against the Giants. They're playing tonight in Pittsburgh. Jersey Jerry should be excited about that one. He's a big Steelers fan, so probably be switching back from the Dodgers, Yankees to Steelers, Giants. We do have later on in the week, I believe we got some hockey. The Blues got the Senators this week, and Knicks Heat on Wednesday. Is that Knicks Heat game here? Oh, it is here. I'm not going though. Then we got Thursday night. We got Texans Jets. Okay, so again, like I said, this is going to be a shorter episode. I do enjoy doing this. It is tough. I didn't really have anything prepared this week, so it might have been a little bit all over the place, but just because I was out of town, I didn't really do any outlining for what this episode might look like. But with that being said, there are a few things, give me the share my podcast. Eventually this thing's gonna blow up and blow up on the internet, and people are gonna actually follow. When I do tune into live on YouTube for my gaming sessions, like, comment, and share those so I can get my name out there. This podcast is going to get better. I'm manifesting it to be a bigger and better podcast eventually. I'm gonna be not a professional, but much better than I am today at this. So eventually this will grow. I want this podcast to grow eventually. So please like, follow, and share my YouTube account, my Instagram accounts, and my podcast to all your friends and family out there. And like I said, for anyone listening, send me the direct message if you want any chance at some merchandise. I have yet to receive one direct message with anything otherwise for an opportunity for some merch. Again, if I don't get another one, I'm rolling solo again. With another solo parlay, which is fine by me, but you're missing out on some merch. I will have another gaming session probably later tonight, so again, follow me and like and share out the YouTube. With that being said, I think I'm gonna close it out on the episode. just because the Dodgers-Yankees game's just started, and I want to watch that. So have a great rest of your night, guys. Again, like and share, follow. Tune in next week for episode number 4.